Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure y'all are not surprised that I'm going to have to give Texas yet another L. Look at that. My hand is actually starting to work a little bit more normal since I broke it. Have to give Texas another L, and I'm going to tell you, this is probably one of the most disgusting stories I have read in a while because of the pure nature of it and because of the fact that this mother and her reaction. Let me before we get into it, I got to give you a disclaimer so I don't get flagged acting like I didn't warn you guys, but let me warn you first. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. I know some people wonder, like, why do you have to play that every single time, Jay? You know why? Because every single time I go into the comment section, I see somebody saying, well, why you got to disparage women? Why you got to make jokes? Why you got to do all the extras? And, you know, if they took that same energy and applied it to people who are mistreating their children, we'd actually have a better world, don't you think? Have that same energy from when people are hurting kids. That's all I got to say. But the woman that you see on my screen, and I'm getting this story from people.com, thank you to all the places that posted this story, though. Three months after an arrest warrant was issued for a Texas mother who allegedly left her 2 children alone for months. So let me warn you, I don't know if it's exactly 2 months, but I know it was a large amount of time, an unusual amount of time, but they're thinking about 2 months. The individual that you guys see on my screen looking like an exploded pineapple, her name is Raven Yates. Yes, like Andrea Yates. And they both abused children. Was taken into custody multiple states away in Alabama. And you'd have to ask, what the hell was she doing in Alabama and left her children in Texas that was so important? Does anybody want to take a guess as to what that is? Why do y'all think she left her kids alone for at least 2 months? We'll get back to that. In the interim, her post on social media seemed to directly respond to social media posts made by authorities about the case. Roman Forest Chief of Police Stephen Carlisle tells to people.com. According to a press release from the RFPD, Yates, the mother, was apprehended on March the 8th in Mobile, Alabama, at an apartment complex where she was staying with a male friend. So let me ask you guys this. If there were a fire that broke out, if a child were to have starved, if a child were to have ingested some cleaning chemicals, if a child would have fallen in a bathtub and hurt themselves, or anything like that, you'd have to ask, what was it for? And according to the report, and it's not my words, it says that she was staying at an apartment complex with a male friend, and you're talking about probably better than 60 days ago. Just left her kids. I'll get to the kids' ages here in just a second. Got to get this off my screen. The mother, Yates, is accused of abandoning her 12-year-old daughter and 3-year-old son. Please catch that. And yes, look at those pictures. Look at the house. Look at all of that stuff. 12 years old and 3 years old. So you left a 12-year-old girl. Matter of fact, I want y'all to think about this. When we're talking about how we breed children, how we're breeding adults, raising good children to become good adults, what does that do to the psyche of a child when a child is seeing how much you value them, which is little to nothing, and you leave this 12-year-old girl because you're saying the phallus of a man The ejaculation of a man, the very thing that brought these children into this world beyond their wishes, that brought them into this world, is so important that you would recklessly abandon your children when that's the very thing that got you children that you didn't want, ma'am. Everybody catch that? And yes, that was her being arrested. Let's go back to this. I'm going to try my best not to cuss, but please don't get mad if I do. I know YouTube, actually, matter of fact, YouTube, shout out to YouTube, by the way. They gave us some more leeway, and they actually said, you know what, we're not going to just keep demonetizing y'all videos because y'all use a few cuss words. Because I'm pretty sure they saw videos like mine, and they're like, you know what, these people are really doing some dumb-ass stuff. And I think some of these things deserve some cuss words when you describe it. That was her being arrested after she was picked up. Do y'all see this? We're talking about the mentality. We're talking about the fact that you're being arrested because they found out your children were left at home alone. And you're just like, what does it matter? My boyfriend was more important. Getting some dick was more important. Baiting men, man, I think it makes it even more sick, the fact that, and this is why I dislike so many men out there. Shout out to the good ladies out there. The fact that this man probably knew that this big, thick, bloated woman probably had children. He probably had been up in between her thighs. You can feel the difference between a woman that's then had kids and a woman that hasn't. She probably smells like she probably has been involved with multiple penises. You know how it just, when you're just with a woman that ain't right, that just don't know how to not have unprotected sex. You know what I'm saying? Just the women that got that what do they call that? Hot girl summer? Got that hot girl summer smell between their legs. Yes, that's this woman right here. See, she's in the pool, of course, right? Looking like a big, thick, light-skinned whale. My goodness. Need to be focused on doing some sit-ups rather than going to go sit on a man. That is and I can almost guarantee y'all she's probably in her 20s. I didn't see her age in here. But I'm just saying. I gotta really, really talk about how these men probably knew that she had kids and didn't give a damn and was probably sleeping with her unprotected. And if you know that that's what she was doing to her own kids, what you think she gonna do to y'all? And that's why I gotta start getting on to the men. Ladies, is that okay? Can I get on to the men for a second, please? Because these kids got dads, and they dads didn't have any idea that this was going on for whatever reason. Matter of fact, I think she actually, I'm going to talk about it here in a moment. I think she ended up getting caught up because of one of the dads, which is actually a really good thing. But I just think that's ridiculous, the fact that us men, and I say us, including myself, we continue to keep putting ourselves in these positions. And then we want to go cry about it. We want to go whine about it when the rules are not set up in our favor. And maybe they should be. But as long as they're not, maybe we can't continue to keep putting ourselves in this position. How about that, fellas? And I know I got some fellas out there. Matter of fact, shout out to my brothers in the chat right now. But I know I got some men out there, some real men that understand exactly where I'm coming from. But let's move past that real quick. She is accused of leaving her 12-year-old daughter, who's a baby, prepubescent, and her 3-year-old son on September the 28th in Texas, according to the RFPD. The 12-year-old's father notified authorities on November the 14th that the children were left at home alone. Let me say that again for people who might not have caught that. The 12-year-old's father notified authorities on November the 14th that the children were left at home alone. What does that mean? That means she already got 2 baby daddies and was probably working on a 3rd. They talked about the 12-year-old's dad, meaning the 3-year-old probably had a different father. But that's the way it works in the community that shares my skin color. That's the way it works. Boy, it's a lot more I want to say. I'm going to try to parse my words because I know I'll be getting in trouble saying some of the stuff I say. The children were left at home alone since September. The father, who had not been named, flew in from California where he had been working to check on the children. Damn. So she's in Alabama, got kids in Texas, and got one of the baby daddies in California. Sucking dick all over the world. Wow. That's impressive, lady. She just looks like she smells bad, like a cup of spoiled milk or something. I don't know. It's just, man. Anyway, the father, and shout out to the father, had been informed that his child's mother had been seen in Mobile, Alabama without her children and realized that they were at home alone because he had been asked by his daughter to send food regularly. Yates, the mother, is facing 2 counts of abandoned endangered child without the intent to return, according to RFPD, and I think that's correct. That's a good charge. It is not clear if she has entered a plea or retained an attorney to comment on her behalf. In the time period after authorities issued an arrest warrant before Yates was arrested, Yates, the mother, was actively making social media posts about the situation, according to a press release. That is her Facebook page, and she calls herself famous. More like infamous, famous, infamous, and yes, that is the same woman right there. I'm pretty sure that's the same woman, I think. If not, I'll probably have to delete that picture, but I thought that was the same woman when I looked the story up. I don't know. If that's the same woman, then damn. But makeup is the devil. In the same time period after authorities issued an arrest warrant before Yates was arrested, she was actively making social media posts. I think it was Facebook or one or the other. Facebook, Instagram, something like that. Anyway, Carlisle, the RFPD chief, tells people that authorities didn't initially release the story to the public because they wanted to try and track Yates down first. But when they were unable to, they informed the public, which caught a lot of people's attention. They saw something, heard something, and said something. So good job, everybody out there. Great job. She saw it just like we figured she would, and then she started posting actively on social media because she's that type of person that likes attention. And I like the fact that he said that. He says authorities followed her social media posts, hoping it would lead to information on her whereabouts, but ultimately a tip was what led to her arrest. He said we were starting to get tips, and of course a lot of tips were dead ends, but some of them actually got us closer to her. That final tip is what told the U.S. Marshals Gulf Coast Violent Offender Fugitive Task Force where she was at. Damn. During the 3 months between the arrest warrant and her apprehension, numerous posts were made on Gates' Instagram and Facebook. So there we go, Instagram and Facebook. On February the 11th, she posted a selfie video on her Instagram with the caption, "When you're minding your own business and know the truth." Think about how horrible that is, that you left babies at home for months by themselves and telling people to mind their business. There's no reason for a person like this to ever have children again. There's no reason for her to have reproductive organs. Hashtag TTO, hashtag TTT. If y'all know what that means, y'all can type it in the chat. I try not to utter those words because I don't want to get in trouble, but y'all know what that means. Later that day, she posted a video of a fridge and a cabinet with food and clips of a child eating cereal near a computer and playing in a pool. Additional videos posted that day also featured a young girl, which was probably her 12-year-old daughter. Carlisle tells people that the photos and videos used in these posts were all from before Yates allegedly abandoned the children. So here's what she was doing. She was trying to make it seem the untrained eye that her children were okay by posting old videos, old pictures of her kids. Like, oh, they're okay, they're good. She probably would call every once in a while. The dad eventually ended up finding out his kid was by himself. And she posted. So she thought this out. And I think that makes it even worse. The fact that she gave it that much thought to post old pictures. So I think that deserves easily, what, another 5 more years in prison? Carlisle says that some of the videos were social media posts were direct responses to authorities speaking about the case. Wow. She that damn dumb. On TV, she saw me say that the cupboards were empty when we went in the home where the children were found. So she started reacting to that post by posting pictures of cupboards with food in them, which she did leave them plenty of food when she left. So I guess she thought that food was just going to stay there forever, right? But being gone that long, it's too long. The food supply is going to go, according to Carlisle. But she never did deny that she left the kids alone, but she started posting pictures of her with the kids, and honestly, I think she was enjoying the attention. As of March the 14th, which was 3 days ago, depending on when you're watching this, Yates has been listed in custody on the Mobile County Sheriff's Office website. She is currently awaiting extradition back to Montgomery County, Texas, but it's unclear how long the extradition process will take, nor does it matter as long as they got her, and at least she can't get pregnant by no more men while she's in custody. At least we hope. Let me give you guys the fair usage. Hey, look, man, stuff happens. Here we go. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. If you guys are doing me a favor, please click that thumbs up. We want to have one thumb up for everybody watching this video right now. Even leave a comment if you want to just kind of give your thoughts on this. Did I say something wrong? But let me know what you guys think. We have somebody in the chat who asked, what is TTO and what is TTT? Well, I will explain it like this. We have a lot of hashtags on this show. Hashtag hood hoes, love hood dick. Hashtag live by the thug, die by the thug. Hashtag stupid is and stupid thugs. Hashtag when you date thugs, you date death. Hashtag no jail time, give them hell time. Hashtag stupid names equals stupid things. Hashtag TTO and TTT, which means take the ovaries. Hashtag TTT, take the testicles. That means they don't deserve their reproductive organs. I'm just saying. Y'all ready for this?
This Montgomery County mother accused of abandoning her 2 children was all smiles when she was arrested 3 states away.
Yeah, kind of a bizarre photo there. Well, officers found Ray Gates in Alabama more than 2 months after she vanished.
ABC 13's Brianna Connor is getting new facts on her arrest. And Brianna, what's next for this woman?
Raven Yates still needs to be processed in Mobile, Alabama before she's brought back here to Montgomery County to face the charges against her. Detectives working this case had been looking for Yates for about 3 months. I'm told law enforcement in Mobile had to break down the bedroom door of an older man's apartment to find her.
The popularity of it.
They said an older man. I'm going to rewind this so y'all can hear this. That was a really strange comment. Listen at this again.
Law enforcement in Mobile had to break down the bedroom door of an older man's apartment to find her.
They had to break down the apartment door to an older man's apartment. So I want y'all to keep in mind that she has a 12-year-old. So I'm assuming she's at least, what, 28? Maybe 30? Which would have put her at 18? What is an older man? to a grown adult woman. What is he, like 80? Sheesh.
The popularity of it got a lot of people interested in it.
Raven Yates gained thousands of followers and has been trending on social media ever since she made headlines for accusations of abandonment. Roman Forest police say she left her 12-year-old daughter and 3-year-old son all alone for 2 months. Investigators say they had to fend for themselves with little food or medicine at this house on Maplewood Ridge Drive while Yates lived.
That's actually a really nice looking house too. I wonder how the hell she was able to afford that and not even be there. Y'all can't tell me that this woman wasn't selling that wasn't selling that stanky snatch. Golly.
Alabama.
I've never seen anything like that, and I've never seen anybody play into the camera and play into the social media as she has.
The entire time, Yates was posting provocative images like these online while fully aware there was a warrant out for her arrest. Roman Forest Police Chief Stephen Carlisle says tips poured in from the public, and that's what eventually led to her arrest in Mobile. This photo capturing Yates in cuffs and seemingly unbothered by the allegations that she put her own children in danger.
I think was playing for the camera. She wanted to have a smile. She wanted to look good.
Yates' 12-year-old is with her father, who lives out of state. Police say the child was afraid to tell her dad what was happening at first because she was worried she'd be separated from her brother, who has a different dad. At last check, Yates' other children were safe with relatives while she prepares to head back home now.
We're waiting for her to be extradited back to Montgomery County, and then, of course, we'll be able to interview her and find out her side of the story. And
my whole thing is, like I say, when you look at her, and I guess really value is only what people are willing to pay. But I'm just looking at her, and shout out to my brother Kurt Dog. I see you in the chat. Shout out to my brother. He's got his own emojis in there. You guys are channel members. You should be able to click the Kurt Dog emoji. But I just wonder, and I look at this woman, and I'm just like, I'm a judge. I'm sorry. I'm going to judge. And I'm just like, who is paying for that? Man, so if you think about it, with them saying a much older man, like was she got some sugar daddies or something? I mean, just, man, I didn't know that there was a shortage of women like that. Like, goodness gracious. But anyway, let's keep going.
A Montgomery County mother is on the run tonight. The Roman Forest Police Department is showcasing this Facebook post with 31-year-old Raven Yates. Yates is wanted for abandoning her 12-year-old daughter and 3-year-old son for almost 2 months.
The children were left to care for themselves inside of a home in East Montgomery County. KPRC2's Bill Barajas spoke with the Roman Forest Police Department. And Bill, are those kids, how are they doing tonight?
Well, surprisingly, they are healthy and in good shape. That, according to the police department here, they are also.
Yvonne J said that's a Section 8 house. Man, look, okay, let me tell y'all this, because I'm kind of conflicted, and I think I've said this before, because I have heard of some places like, look, I'm not necessarily down with you giving people on Section 8 like the shittiest houses ever. Like, I've always thought that was like a crummy thing to do. Like, you're just like, hey, you know, this is the best we can give you. It's the cheapest option. Do what you can do. You know, get yourself out of the situation or whatever the case is, which most people don't. But then I'm conflicted because I'm like, you have a couple of situations where you have, there was a lady, y'all remember the lady that had chained and handcuffed her twin kids up together and had them like locked up in a basement or something like that in her house? And she had a big, huge, nice, brand new looking house. And I'm just like, for the working class person, man, we just get screwed no matter how you slice it. So even if you put them in crappy houses, they ain't having to pay for them. But then you turn around and give them brand new houses, but we out busting our ass every day trying to pay bills, running across country and having to pay for insurance and your kids and just medical and everything that you can think of, when even people who are married struggle to pay their bills. If they miss one check, they might be in trouble. And they're doing it the legal way. And I guess I'm just conflicted because I'm like, what are these people on Section 8 doing besides putting themselves in bad positions and essentially getting rewarded for it? For you to be a mother of 2 kids and you're not even be at the MFN house. God, I want to cuss so bad. I'm just really pissed off about this. She's got a free big ass house. And like, that'll give me time to go travel and go get some dick across country. Boy, can't be that level of stupid, but let's keep going.
With family members in Alabama, police say that they were in this home here just behind me from September 28th until November 14th. The 12-year-old little girl allegedly scared to report their situation to anyone for fear that she would be separated from her 3-year-old little brother. The search is on for Raven Yates. The Roman Forest Police Department putting her on blast on their Facebook page and accusing the 31-year-old mother of leaving her 12-year-old daughter and 3-year-old son to fend for themselves in this East Montgomery County home.
They weren't registered in school, so nobody noticed.
Police Chief Stephen Carlisle of the Roman Forest Police Department saying
she didn't even have these kids in school. Man, I'm sorry, but like I said, I don't necessarily agree. Like, I think there should maybe be some middle ground. Like, maybe you don't put people on Section 8 in the worst houses, but maybe you don't put them in just built from the ground up, brand new. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't really have the answers. I don't even know how we're even able to fund that. Just give away big ass, nice, free houses. I don't get it. I don't really get it. I mean, we out here struggling. I'm trying to work my ass off to get my credit up to 700 and 800 points. Trying to clear out some of my bills so I can be prepared to maybe buy a house. When if I had a vagina, all I got to do is pop out 2 kids and there you go. Here's the keys. Congratulations, ma'am. Congratulations.
children survived off of what they could.
The conditions inside the house did look like a 12-year-old was taking care of a 3-year-old. Miraculously and thankfully, they were both healthy and they had creative ways of getting food here. So,
and that included calling Dad with a cover story.
Yeah, they called Dad with the cover story saying, hey, Mom's at work, can you send some food?
It wasn't until their dad, who lives in California.
So she encouraged the kids to lie. Probably forced them to lie.
Was notified by Yates' family that she was in Mobile, Alabama without the children, that he knew something was wrong, according to police.
We flew out here from California and on November 14th and found that they had been here alone.
The Facebook post says Yates is now wanted here in Montgomery County.
You know what? I forgot actually real quick because I know we had some people asking about some of our hashtags. What is our most popular hashtag on this channel? I actually forgot about this one. Hashtag babies for benefits. And let me explain to you why I say babies for benefits. Because I say that people like this, it's not everybody. It's not all black women. It's not all white women. It's not all single parents. But there are too many women out there. You know, I had a rental property on Section 8, and the check hit on time every month. Bro, yeah. Think about it like this, y'all. If this woman did not have these children, would they have given her that house? These people like her that think like this use these children only to collect benefits from them, which is what we call hashtag babies for benefits. So now that the father from California has come down, and brother, if you're out there listening, go get emergency custody of your child right now. Take your child back with you to California and get your family attorney and figure that out real quick. You need to get custody of your kid. To the father of the 3-year-old, wherever the hell he's at, if you hear this story, you better go do the same thing. But the cold part about it is she wouldn't even have this house without the kids. So if she loses the kids, which clearly she's about to, then guess what else she loses? She loses the house. Now, how cold is that? So she only got that house because she was being irresponsible and having babies with anybody that would have a baby by her or give her the seed to have a baby. And that's the mentality. And I think that's the thing that is wrong, that I think needs to be changed. And in some form or fashion, we can't keep rewarding that type of behavior. We can't keep incentivizing that type of behavior, especially if you want the world to get better. It ain't going to get better doing it that way. But let's keep going.
In Mobile, Alabama, where she was last seen.
We do have a warrant for Raven Yates, which is the mother. We have 2 counts of abandonment, endangering a child without intent to return.
Let me skip to the next video.
And the chief
This is the last video.
A Montgomery County mother is wanted by police in 2 different states.
Oh. Uh-oh, hold on. I didn't mean to skip that far to go to this video, but it's okay. Let me show y'all this real quick. This is her with one of the kids. Let me see if I can stretch this out so y'all can see it. Totally forgot that I had this on there. Are there 2 fathers? Yes. There are 2 fathers, because in the news article, it said the 12-year-old's father contacted her and found out that the child was there alone, and he flew in from California to check on his 12-year-old daughter, which means he's not the father of the 3-year-old. So yes, there's at least 2 different dads. But check this out. This is one of the, and her page is still up. Y'all can go see this if you want to. That actually is her Facebook page, Raven Yates. It's the first thing that pops up. Just a ratchet ass broad. But check this out. This is one of her videos. I want y'all to see this.
I love you. I'm amazing. Say, I'm amazing. Look. Say, I'm amazing.
She was trying to force her child, her 3-year-old son, to say into the camera that she's an amazing person. Forcing him to say it.
I love you. I'm amazing. Say, I'm amazing. Look. Say, I'm amazing.
He didn't want to say that at all. Like, who does that, man? One more time, and then we'll wrap it up on this story.
I love you.
Somebody in the chat said it. The boy is a prop. She's just using these kids.
I love you. I'm amazing. Say, I'm amazing. Look. Say, I'm amazing.
Here's the cold part about it. She said that she's amazing. She refers to herself as amazing. But what's amazing is she wouldn't have none of what she has without her kids. So maybe the kids are the amazing ones. Maybe you need to be praising the kids. Maybe you need to be telling the kids, thank you. Thank you for giving me this big old house and all of this stuff that I didn't earn, that I couldn't afford, doing it on my own. Right? We won't be appreciative for our kids. We don't do the best for our kids. We don't want them to grow up and become something great. Literally, all this 13-year-old girl was learning was she was going to end up learning the behavior of her mom. And I'm glad that innocence of that child, because like I said, my daughter's a little bit older than 12 now, but I still understand what it's like to raise a girl. And that could be very damaging to the psyche of a girl to see her mother go off on a path like this, to abandon her and to tell her to lie to her dad. What that's going to end up doing to that little girl, if she would have been left in this situation, will probably be, well, if my mom, have y'all ever heard a parent say that? If it was good enough for me, then it's good enough for you. Like some of y'all that are old school like me might remember your parents saying something like that, which I always thought that was wrong. Because we ought to want our kids to have better. We ought to want to do better by our kids. Yeah, he was looking at her like, what are you doing? Thank you, Kurt. If it's good enough for me, then it's good enough for you. So basically what you're trying to teach your daughter is that me leaving you alone and abandoning you so I can go get some dick in a whole nother state, knowing that that's how we ended up being brought into this world anyway, is by you sleeping with a bunch of random men and not having no plan for their future, then maybe that's the way that maybe that's what I should do. I should get pregnant at 18. I should have a kid by multiple men and then wait on my Section 8 voucher to get approved, and then I can go get me a big house too, mama. Now we are in a perpetual cycle of foolishness. And when you're talking about Section 8, Section 8 is not supposed to be a thing, including food stamps, is not supposed to be a thing that you just stay on generation after generation after generation. It's supposed to be a step up. It's supposed to help you get from one place to the next, get yourself better, and then get independent. We want to scream independence, but this is the type of person that be in the club, INDEPEE. I'm independent. I'm a bad bitch. That's why she laughing. She don't care. She ain't gonna learn nothing. I'd say give her 15 years in prison. That'll give her long enough in prison until her son is grown. And then maybe some of her little stinking ovaries will dry up a little bit. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this story. Like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think on this story, okay? Thank you.